Okay, it's July 7th. It's 12 a.m. in the morning, 12:13 to be exact. I just finished the World Open 2019. I got here on July 2nd, and like I said, today's the 7th. I leave tomorrow morning. Well, how'd the tournament go? Let's take a look. I try to do this quickly because it is 12 a.m. I'm already tired. I won the first round. It was an interesting game. I came up with this brilliant sacrifice, which was totally unsound. I knew it was unsound, but I played it anyway. And fortunately, my opponent didn't find the correct continuation. Then we get to a point in the game where I saw a 15 move deep combination to mate. I played it and I committed myself. Then I looked closer and no, it doesn't really work. He moves his king up to g4 instead of back to g2, then I don't get the mate. Well, came time, he's looking at the game, and I said, oh man, he's going to move to g4. He moved to g2. And from there, it was forced mate in like 9 moves. And well, I think he realized it before he got to the 9th move, but he played it all the way out till there was obviously no way that going to miss that one move mate. Round 2, oh, my opponent played a center counter on me. And by move, where is that move? I don't know, he made a mistake early in the game, which from that point on, it just all went downhill and the game was over in 34 moves. And he even made extra moves just so I'd have to totally checkmate him, which is fine by me. I mean, we're all paid to be here if you want to play out the whole game. I don't have any problem with that. Usually I play out the whole game when I'm losing so that I can suffer and be reminded why I don't like losing. So I'm doing very well. I said, even though I did get in time trouble in that first game, that I'm not going to get in time trouble. I'm just going to relax, analyze, and make my move. Well, for some reason, by the time I get to the third round, I forgot I was doing that. And it was a big mess. And the games were not, I did not think clearly out the games. And at one point, I had half the game to go. We're on move 20. I've already used up over an hour and a half, so I only get 30 minutes when I'm supposed to have at least an hour to make the time control. I got in time trouble in case of Sarah. I lost that third round, so after 3 games, I'm 2-1. 2 wins and 1 loss. Then we came to the, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened in the second game. Well, it must have been the same thing because it was over pretty quickly. But this is the game I was thinking about. I made a mistake early in the game and it resulted in a quick combination. I think he ended up being down a whole piece and he resigned after 23 moves. So that round 4 went pretty quick, thank goodness. And I had 3 wins and 1 loss. So after 4 rounds, I'm actually doing very well. Usually after 4 games, I'm ready to withdraw from the tournament and start relaxing. Even though I've been told, don't make it vacation time. Okay, round 5. What happened in round 5? I won round 5. Oh, this was C4. He played the English against me. I used to know the English. I don't anymore. I really wasn't in, well, apparently I was. After I had less than a minute to make 10 moves, and fortunately I was able to do it, and I actually won the game. But I was still getting in time trouble. I took 8 minutes to make 5 moves. I took another 30 minutes to make another 4 moves. So, I mean, that is very slow. I'm trying to do too much analysis. And when you do that much thinking, you get confused and you have to start over again. It doesn't work very well. Okay, that was round 5. So I have 4 wins and 1 loss. Round 6, apparently I didn't get into any really bad time trouble. When you get into less than a minute to play, you can start recording your moves and just make check marks to keep count of your moves. I'm looking at my round 4. So after 20 moves, I should have 60 minutes left. I had 44 minutes left. Then with 27 moves, I had 23 minutes. So it wasn't any drastic time trouble. So I don't know, it looked like I played that game halfway decently. But I won that one too. So 6 rounds, 5 wins, 1 loss. Now we're coming down to Saturday night. If you're playing for the money Saturday night, you've done very well. And this is the 7th round. And suddenly it dawns upon me I could actually win the tournament. That hasn't happened in decades. Not a big, serious tournament. So I have, going into round 7, I have 5 wins and 1 loss. And the guy, I don't know, I guess I got nervous or just went totally insane because I played horribly. Well, one part of it was at a very critical moment in the game, I had to go to the restroom. And I was already in time trouble. I'm trying to think through these moves, and now I gotta do that. Let's see. Took me, what is that? An hour and 20 minutes left after 10 moves. You start at 2 hours. So I took 40 minutes to make 10 moves. That's ridiculous. My opponent's clock had moved it all because there was a 10-second delay. I don't know what I was thinking about. But I put the game in the computer. The computer said I had a good game, but you can have a good game. It doesn't matter if you don't have any time to make the moves or think about the moves. And that's what happened. I got drastic time trouble, started making bad moves, and I lost that. Now remember, because that'll be very important later, I lost my 7th round. So now I have 2 losses and 5 wins. So Sunday, the final day of the tournament, I'm actually still playing for some money. But I need to win these next 2 rounds. So my round 8 game, oh, I know. Before I started playing, I said, I gotta think of something. I'm getting under too much stress unnecessarily and screwing up my game. So what I did was I took my computer, and an hour before the game, I went ahead and I played, which I never do. I never play during the tournament. I played the computer, just a relaxed game. If I make good moves, fine. If I don't, fine. Just relaxed, calm, and just play. So in my round 8, the best game I've played in tournaments. The other games I won, it was kind of flukish because I was making what I thought was bad moves. And 2 of the games I made brilliant sacrifices and ended up winning the game, even though the computer said, that sacrifices weren't totally sound. I think that's another problem. I want my moves to be perfect. Well, you don't have time to make perfect moves. But my round 8 game was a very good game. It went 58 moves, and I won that. What happened there? Oh, it was a very solid game up until, I don't know, like maybe move 29. He moved his king and apparently didn't analyze, well, if I push my bishop, my pawn forward instead of the other moves they thought about, because once that move happened, his whole position just caved in. So now there's only 1 game left in the tournament. I have 6 wins and 2 losses. So now we're on the final game. The guy that defeated me in the 7th round, he won his 8th round, and this is the final round, and he's playing on the first board. Whenever you're a chess player, you'd love to be on the first board on the final day. So this game, it was a solid game, and on move I was playing white on move. I can't figure out which move it was, but he went for a little simple move. You know, pawn takes pawn. He thought pawn would take pawn, but I looked at it and said, no, I take the knight first, and then he's in a world of trouble. And that's what happened. I think it was on move 15. Yeah, it was on move 15. He took the pawn. Apparently, it automatically analyzed that I was going to take the pawn back. That's not what I did. And again, his position just totally fell apart. And I was calm. I was patient. I didn't blunder the game back like I usually do. But it ended up being a very good tournament. I finished with 7 points. Now for the real important part. I finished with 7 points. The guy that I played in the 7th round finished with 8 points. So that one loss, and of course you still had to win the other 2 games, but his winnings was was $12,000. I finished 1 point behind him. I get what, $600. That's a long way from 12,000. Okay, well, thanks for watching. Next tournament. It's fun. Bye.